Hey guys, come watch me or join me making a 30-minute protein breakfast bowl. Now, I just want you to know that this meal actually took me 30 minutes to make, so there's some editing and shorts to get you through the video a little bit faster. Here's the ingredient list. Make sure to screenshot that, but I like to keep it simple. So this morning I actually got out of the house and I did 30 minutes of yoga and actually 31. So let me claim that one. I needed it. I needed to start today on the right foot. I had a good night's sleep. I went to sleep at 9:30 and I woke up at 6 without any alarm. So trying to start off on a better note and make sure that I'm making the right choices. We are making this meal with plant-based butter, so I had to show that there. I love the country crock, and don't think that I didn't wash my hands. I'm not going to wipe down once again. Also noting that after my yoga walk, I took a little yoga stretching and mindfulness and just like really in tuning with my body. I went ahead and got out for a 10-minute walk. It was raining, so couldn't get the full 30. Starting off scrambling our eggs. I like mine scrambled. However you prefer your egg in a bowl is up to you. I am going to be adding in my seasonings, making sure they're not bland. I don't like a watery egg. I don't like a runny egg. So I like them nice and not too fried, but really hard cooked thoroughly. So I'm going to let this do its own thing and just let you know how the morning is going in the middle of everything. The house was clean, hosted some friends last night for dinner. So I woke up with enough energy to go ahead and make a decent meal for myself. 30 minutes of cooking after 40 minutes of physical activity, I've got enough energy to do this. So putting away our eggs, the next thing up we are going to do is check that knife. I love it. I'm going to send you guys the link to find that on Amazon. There's 5 or 6 piece available. Make sure you wash your potatoes and dry them off thoroughly. And I'm going to get to cutting here. So don't mind my cutting techniques. You do you, but I like to get these diced into cubes about a half an inch to 1 inch thick. And we are going to dump those in the air fryer after they're done. So getting these all cut up, after that making sure that they're seasoned, which you'll see next. But in the meantime, I noticed that my water was boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out what I think, because it's going to wind up being a little bit more, maybe 2 servings today, but 1 serving of the quinoa to boil. That takes the longest to cook, so you want to get that going as soon as you notice that water is boiling. And quinoa is really good for protein. I'm using a regular quinoa blend today. I had some leftover tri-blend quinoa, which is actually better for you, but wanted to use the fancy container today. So I'll get rid of that tri-blend quinoa at some point. Back to the potatoes. Don't forget to dump in some olive oil because you don't want it to be too sticky, but you really want to have a nice, not wet, but juicy consistency to it. Make sure to season your quinoa as it boils. I have this on medium, not too high, but you want to keep the boil going. I don't like to turn down the simmer until most of the water has evaporated. So I'm letting this boil. I'm probably going to cover it because I really want it to boil up really good. There goes that cover I mentioned. And we continue cutting. So I took this walk this morning and out there, I'm just grateful. I didn't have an umbrella. I wore, some rain, all weather gear and got out there and it was 50 degrees or so. So I said, why not take advantage of this opportunity in Atlanta, right? In April to put on some gear that I would have typically worn in New York. So that's kind of great. Getting out there, feeling the fresh breeze and hearing the birds. My walk started around 8 a.m. So there was no one outside yet. It's a calm Sunday morning here in Atlanta, and I am just truly, truly, truly grateful. So I'll make sure to record some more of those walks and post them to the YouTube page so you guys can join me. But first, I gotta buy an umbrella. I haven't owned one in 5 years, 5 or 6 years, maybe longer since I've gone natural, and I want to make sure that you guys get the best view of these walks. I don't want any water bubbles on the lens as I prep stuff. So we are ready to air fry. We are gonna grab those diced potatoes, place them all in our lined air fryer basket, season them up, make sure that not completely soaked, but you do spray them down with your olive oil or your chosen light cooking oil. The olive oil is just there for my convenience, so I will also be posting the link for the olive oil sprayer and pourer all in one from the Amazon link on this page after we're published. I want to get my credit for that. So guys, go ahead and support. It's super convenient. I buy a full size or a super size bottle of olive oil from the wholesale club, and I just refill this instead of buying all those individual cans that spray. It's a little bit better for the environment. So sustainability all the way. So after your potatoes are seasoned correctly, stir them up. Make sure you get both sides. You don't want unevenly seasoned potatoes. So coat both sides with the olive oil and your seasonings. And then after that, you're going to pop them in the air fryer. So back to this Sunday. I am going with the flow. I am potentially going to be driving for Lyft. I have my same day availability turned on for some home service projects. But right now we focus on this food. So figuring out what temperature I'm going to be working with, we're going to get there. I recommend 400 degrees. So you notice me select that. And 6 minutes for these potatoes is good enough for me. You might want yours a little bit more cooked, maybe more brown. So if you want yours more brown, I'm going to recommend maybe 9 minutes. But 6 was perfect for me, especially for the bowl. All right. So we're back to these eggs now. Gotta juice them up. Now, if you don't have any lactate issues like myself, you can go ahead and add your cheese or your queso of choice. You can get a plant-based brand if you found one. I'm still trying a few out, so this one is some good old deli American. That's what we're going with today. So it's a balance, and that's what flexitarianism is all about. We got the plant-based butter, but we have some regular cheese and eggs that we're actually making this with. So once you have those all shredded up and added to your eggs, and you got your butter to a nice boil, you'll go ahead and add those to the pan. Now, I don't know how long it takes you to get through a pack of cheese, but I gotta start buying less because I don't want to consume so much. Too much cheese consumption causes overproductivity of mucus and buildup in the chest, and we don't want that. I conquered asthma once. I do not want it to return. Once you notice your butter has started to melt and your quinoa is starting to fluff up in that nice middle-sized consistency, I would say, because the water is going to eventually completely evaporate. You'll have nothing left but quinoa that's hopefully not burned. So keep checking, keep stirring, be patient. It's not a rush process. So just be calm and focus on not what you need to do next, but being present on top of your food. After you got your butter melted, go ahead and add those nice eggs. Scoop it all out, dump it in the sink. One bowl, one method, trying to reduce the dishes. So we're going to see my technique and y'all learn. I'm going to just let y'all go ahead and watch this cook. Somewhere midway through cooking, I decided I wanted to add some waffles to this meal, and I don't regret it. So get that protein and waffle pancake mix out. I like this oat brand that I found at Walmart. I think it's by Kodiak. Yeah. So get that out. I made a little over a third cup scoop and added water to that. We're going to blend it up in a minute, but keep checking those eggs, flip them, all that good stuff, especially your quinoa too. So this meal, again, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking in peace. Let me reiterate that. So yeah, my peace is definitely important. So I woke up this morning and just having that peace and being grateful. I'm like, you know what? I have I have everything I need in this moment. I have things in the home. I can prepare a meal for myself. I do not need to spend any funds on that, and I have the energy to create it as well as the cleanup after. So let's just get rocking and rolling. Okay, back to these dang eggs. Ooh, Lord. Okay, we're finally at these waffles. Now, I get this blender. I've had it for a really long time. It's one button operated, and I'm gonna probably blend it until it's not watery. If it's too watery, you want to add a tiny little bit more protein waffle mix by the tablespoon. Keep stirring those eggs. Made with love. Take them off the heat after you're done if you don't already do that, because I don't want them to burn. And definitely turn off the eye, because I noticed I didn't. I'm glad I have an electric stove now and not gas, but I turned it off later. No worries. Quinoa still cooking. Cover the eggs because you don't want them getting cold. That's the worst thing, having cold eggs for this type of meal. Quinoa is still not ready, but you see that most of the water is evaporated out. So that's awesome. Let that cook and simmer. I turn down the heat finally to about a 2. Uncover it. Get back to the waffles. Now we heated up the waffle maker. For my first waffle, I didn't butter the maker or spray it. It's already clean, so we're going to use just its own flavoring and base. I don't want to overpower it too much. Let that cook until you hear the click. I'm going to say about 1 minute. It's pretty fast. This little buddy I got is a Dash waffle maker. I will see if I can find you guys a link for that as well. Very affordable. I have 2 of them. They make mini waffles, and although I haven't had the luxury yet of hosting some friends for a breakfast, I can't wait. But whenever that happens, by that time, hopefully I have a larger waffle maker, because we just gonna have a whole lot of mini waffles. But I do cook it with love, and after hosting for the first time, in a long time, I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so, and I'm really looking forward to doing it for my close friends again, maybe through brunch or something like that. So we'll see. All right, buttering this for the second waffle. As I said, I didn't want to overpower it, but I just wanted to get things going. So the second waffle is going to be nice and juicy. Don't worry. Everything is pretty much done at this point, and we are going to arrange things for consumption. Buttering our waffles. Check our waffle out. It is beautiful. Finally taking it out because we've buttered the other one. Flip it on top. Now we're ready to get our entire bowl going. Make sure you unplug. Obviously, safety issues. I don't have to mention that. We're going to put that to the side for cleanup later. Our potatoes have been ready. So we're finally going to, I think I'm going to put the waffle in first to layer the bottom. Yeah. Okay, we're going to put the waffle in first. Our home fries are ready, and we're ready to make our bowl. You can do whatever you like on this, whether you want to put in your eggs first or your potatoes first. Probably not your quinoa last or first, because it's just not going to be able to clean up out of your bowl the best. But that's on you. I ate with a fork this time and not a spoon. I definitely hope you enjoyed my preparation of this meal. It was fun to make. It's my first food prep video recording, editing, and sharing. So I definitely hope you enjoyed watching it. If you decide to consume or prepare this meal for yourself or your loved ones, please comment below and let me know if you use any alternative options. I'm sure I'm open to new recipes. If you use any additional seasonings, I wanted this to be sufficient, sustainable. I didn't want anything too heavy in my day because, as I said, I want to have energy so that I'm not hungry and I can power through potentially driving for Lyft or cleaning some homes later. I'm ready for another 15-minute walk after this, but all I know is it was really good.